fresh. Fully fresh is like too much. Unless you're like a superstar, you could wear a shirt and it doesn't have to be broken in, you see. So I could get a tattoo on after I rub the deodorant on my face, but it has to be rubbed off from my armpit after a certain way. Then it has to be adjusted. So like I could talk about my armpit because people don't realize, like, they tried to fuck me up in the dungeon in prison, but it was like a difference. So I said I might get a certain way. I see like I look like a bizarre type of clown, but it's like at the same time, like, you gotta realize, like, some of my counsel of what I do in my life comes from my real life. There's been times in 2015 when I had the mirror of death because people were hating on me so much. All you see is now my mellow presence, but you didn't see in a certain time in the 15th of 2020 when people were trying to say, show your face, harassing me because they were jealous of what I built face to face in personality, in K. So they said, oh, he can't go to downtown job. He has to go to a clinic and a hospital. Because I already did things before Trump was president. I already did things after Biden's first year ended, before the next president is going to be after Lori Lightfoot ended in June, in March. And even February, she ended in February. So at what point, when I look around here, is it a certain point that I brush my hair a certain way with my rag because I notice if I see that my back has spots on it, that's when I wash it. You see, if I feel like my liver is sick, I'll get sick, but I'll try to keep my body entwined, but I won't take medication until I see that there's something wrong. So I have marks on my back because they forced me to get an injection. That's when I started getting marks on my back. So I've suffered in life many costs that should get me compensated, but why would I want to get compensated when I could have lived freely before people try to put a boundary around me? Because yeah, people could say a wife is good, a thick bone is good, but at the end of the day, wisdom tells you that God won't allow it to happen. He might allow it if you get lucky, but wisdom says, I just wanted to show you, Reese, that you could have had everything, but sometimes it was a certain way. I'm not just Aladdin, could have been Aladdin, nigga. Get crybaby, nigga. Oh, I get the crybaby John girl. It was a difference. You see a light-skinned girl mixed with white girls with the tea time pouring it like a river into this thing, you see, pouring like an ocean. Thick bone, light bone, yellow bone, being impressed at my light skin, muscles, running fast on the track and field, looking in the mirror when I'm done with my football game, having my waist size, looking pretty, doing modeling pictures like Fast and Furious and Back to the Future, you see. So it was a certain way that I couldn't get recognized. So I was already making film before '04, before I started making film so I could get recognized in my video, because there was a certain type of video in the late '09 that I wanted to be part of before my head was bald. But it sounds like, to me, it would be like, hey, my head is bald, oh man. But in reality, in another dimension, it sounds like, hey, that's kind of kiddie. Why is your mom working and you can't get a job? Because they'll say you have to pay me because you can't prove that people try to harass me and bulge my head in secret when they claim they always existed, now that they want presidents to rise again after I had to smack the shit out of nigga in the coronavirus. So at what point did the coronavirus not exist in 2017, but it existed in Biden presidency before Lori Lightfoot ended, when the 2020 was when Biden was elected, 2019 elections. So Olympics is not everything. Business, construction has a lot to do. So a lot of crybabies will try to stay in my house after I smack the fuck out of nigga, and they'll say, oh, don't use a foul language, just shut your mouth and don't ever fucking put your crybaby hands on me before I smoke your ass. Don't tell people that you try to build something that you didn't because you were offended and jealous and you got knocked the fuck out. You got your mouth smacked. So at what point he didn't have nothing to do with you in the coronavirus when he was going to Jude Law School first year? But that last year, the coronavirus, before the next president, you thought there was going to be a shutdown. You crybaby white bitch, shut your fucking mouth. Don't ever try to isolate me with your crybabies, telling people that you wanted to be the only one related to a young nigga life when he was going to get married and have his girlfriend, but you got offended because you said you were a little bitch. So at what point did the coronavirus shut down? It related to me, not you. Nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you telling people you were a crybaby who always existed when people were full of hate. Mexican murderers full of hate for the young nigga trying to release a Barney and a Teletubby, a Barney and a thing running through the thing, Mickey running through the thing. Pegasus and Minotaur. So the Pegasus and Minotaur happened after January, but the Barney and the Mickey happened one night in December, because the nights used to last the whole night before there's planes, and that could be a pinch, but there can also be a pinch in between two different seasons. So sometimes I forget what I was saying, so I have to relate to, like, when Samson broke the pillars down, what was left of the nation when people's foundations. So how can a boy who doesn't know what's destroyed for lack of knowledge is know if someone's pillars getting broken down? How are they still standing if nobody can see? So in the spirit, sometimes it's not about cursing at presidents. It's not about doing things. It's just about being thankful. Sometimes people think that it's the president who makes these products available so that people could smell good. I could smell like a black nigga, smell handsome, before people claim that people can't get a lawsuit because Mexicans are trying to steal people's identity who was working at a certain time, when they say, oh, the president gives this stuff and you don't even give this stuff. I seen myself build it all by myself. So sometimes I could put a razor to my jaw. Sometimes I could put a razor to my jaw, and it's like it will cut, but it's like a fresh beard. So once I look at it, it will be like, oh, I got my temporal mathematical lobe on the top of my head. But once I look at my face, it will be different than when I feel it, because only man could feel with that from a certain place, from a certain height, before people got offended and jealous. And I wasn't even thinking about them saying, oh, well, I'll kill you with some funky white bitch. Nigga, you ain't finna kill nobody, nigga. I'm telling you, nigga. So I'm finna show people how to get down at a certain time. So it'll be a certain way, because people will say, oh, I'm the only one in the world. Like, nobody cares. Just mind your business, you see. So I'm the type of nigga, if people weren't in secret, hiding behind the thing, I would be a face-to-face nigga. But people will say, oh, I never existed. I want to come out Steve O'Doodle, nigga, return Trump, crybaby nigga, you see. So Biden made it to the presidency too. So respect people. Have respect for people. Respect for Joe Biden has nothing to do with me. It has to do with people who found the same position as you, did the same influence as you, had the same boundary around the America like you did, before you try to steal his administration in a certain year and date, because you felt like a bitch and the coronavirus started. And now that it's over, you want to tell people they went through harsh time when you were a crybaby, telling people your presidency was weak as hell. So I'm the type of nigga, I say what I had to say real quick. I don't hold nothing back. People could say, oh, we were in secret at a certain time, but I'm the type of nigga, I say, man, I'll speak my mind real quick. I'll speak my heart real quickly. And because that's what it takes. If a leader isn't leading, that's why people die. Because if a real nigga says, fuck this shit, and just breaks a window, that's what real niggas do, you see. So people will say, oh, let me break the guy who is working around window, and whatever you do it into the name of the Lord, you see. So God knows the heart. So if someone tries to see in secret and be evil, it will be a certain way that God will have to counsel the nigga. But people will say, oh, it was us, because real niggas, they can't let the sunlight shash, you know. And the sunlight can't be shashed. Because socially, I could think of downtown and say, oh, the Clark Road. I could think of Chronicles of Narnia. I ain't that nigga. But if it was trash, you'll be like, okay, now there's people who come from communities, come from buildings and groups of people. When they say, how come he's not linked to a group of people? How come you want to tell people that, oh, you want to tell people you want people to be scared of you because you claim that you were hating and a murderer at a time? He said, bring it on. There ain't no hospital here now. I said, bitch, ain't no hospital here now, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? So they weren't expecting that at a certain time because they didn't realize that it would be a crybaby nigga the whole time. The crybaby nigga was saying it ain't him, man. The whole time his niggas came like a bitch trying to come to a real nigga. I said, nigga, I smacked the fuck out your mouth, nigga. I said, nigga, they weren't expecting it. You got knocked out your own game. I smacked the whole out your mouth, nigga. And then they didn't expect it because people were saying, oh, I'm so gangster, I'm finna hide a secret. I said, nigga, stop. I'm telling you, nigga, stop. I said, bitch, close your motherfucking mouth. Close your mouth, nigga. I'll steal off your ass. I said, bitch, I'll smack the fuck out your mouth out of secret, nigga. Don't fucking touch me, ho. I said, bitch, close your mouth. I said, bitch, one more time, nigga. I said, bitch, close your motherfucking mouth, nigga. That's it. So the whole time people were saying, oh, my niggas, your niggas ain't shit, nigga. I'll whoop your ass out, kill your ass out, have you telling the judge you existed like a pussy with the white man trying to hide a secret at a time. You ain't even about that life, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So sometimes people will get offended, but sometimes people need a moment to express what's on their heart. You see, look at that little ass car. It's like annoying. Why isn't he moving? There's nobody there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, people will be stopping in the middle of the road. And it's like they'll be trying to see you, see. So it's like, look, nobody there. They're just stopping there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if people will be, I didn't even get the license plate. It's not even that important to me. It's just the fact that people do goofy shit. So it's like at the same time, people need to roll to express their hearts and get really good to the point. Real niggas need certain men to come around, but the only niggas that is allowed to be the number one, because Ruben, he was the one who threw the coat to Joe. He was the one who said, oh, Joseph is going to be okay, because he went back to check on him because he was like, oh, what did we do? So, but there's some people like in between Simeon and Ruben that they can never get out of counsel because their dad was so great. That's why I can't have children, because like I'm not like that, you see. So eventually Reuben and Simeon was so great. In between Reuben and Simeon, there was one brother that was real gangster, you see. So it was like, if he gets loose, it will be a certain way. So people will say I'm him, but it's like, it's not really true. So real niggas will neutralize that if it wasn't for some funky white bitch in the clinic hiding behind the desk telling people they're a gangster because they try to say, oh, I'm Heartland funky bitch, and they got offended at a real nigga at the time. You will kill nobody. I said, bitch, the only thing you gonna kill is the air, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But they'll try to give the guy a shot when he could have whooped the nigga ass, but they had to give him a turn because it could be a certain way. So people will say, oh, it's getting violent. Don't worry about violence. Just worry about being a real nigga and letting shit go the way it's fucking supposed to, so no goofy nigga is trying to be in secret. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I guess people died and they'll try to get on me because they don't realize that you have to be a certain way. So people will try to expose me, but it's like I'm the type of nigga, I'll probably smack the needles in the hospital out of motherfucker safety, you see? That's what I'm trying to tell you, without administration, just straight from the gut. So people will say, oh, I'm like that, but it's not really true. You're not really like me because I study people. When I say, man, why is this nigga in the hospital? He a grown man. He never got the thing. Why is he in the hospital? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So people will say, oh, it's a certain way because he'll be a goofy, but they'll try to say he's the only one in the world, but then try to bother me at a certain time because you'll be a grown man in the hospital telling people you a gangster,